use that kind of motivate your guys that, something crazy can happen here too.
Yeah, I think for us, it's still about what we do with our time, how we practice, how we meet, how we walk through. That is, to me, what it's all about. And that is what will give us a chance to go play the best ball that we've played, is focusing on us and making sure we're doing everything we can, man, to be the best version of us Saturday at 3:15 in Athens. And that is, without a doubt, the goal.
Coach, we all know that you're a coach that likes to get up and down the field, play at a fast pace. How difficult was it for you a couple weeks ago to kind of slow it down and play a little bit more of a controlled pace?
Yeah, I think for me, it's all about what is the thing that creates an advantage, and that's going to be week to week as we move forward and understanding what we're getting on both sides of the ball and in special teams. And then it's up to me and our staff to put us in a position to have a chance to go win the game. And so we'll continue to look at that. I've said it forever, the ego part of it, you got to set it aside, know exactly who we want to be, but what gives our football team the best chance to go have success is what matters.
Robbie?
Coach, what was the focus of the bye week for you guys? Was it getting healthy? Was it working on some things, or a little bit of both? I mean, what was the main focus for you?
Yeah, again, when we talked about it last week, but for us, we got very specific with some things that we had to get cleaned up. Both sides of the ball and special teams, and we're talking about in between the white lines. And then I thought it was important for our guys to be able to get away a little bit, reset, refocus, regroup, and get ready for this back half of the season. So as we got in the building, this morning, our guys they had great energy. They've had great energy. There's really good intent, and we need to have a great week to be able to go play the way we need to play.
Steve?
We've had some guys on the availability report that have been out for a couple of weeks. I mean, after the open day, how optimistic are you about maybe getting some of those guys back on the field this week?
Yeah, there'll be a couple of guys that hopefully we're able to get back. And again, the injury part of it, as we release that report on Wednesday night, some more things will come to light.
Paul?
Obviously, Van Buren's going into another pretty hostile territory and another top 5 team. But how much did that experience at Texas kind of, I know you're always going to have butterflies, especially when you're playing in a place like that, but how much of that experience you think helped him getting prepared for this week?
Yeah, it's a huge, opportunity for him last week to have this great amount of growth after getting his first start. And, the expectation was for him to go play clean, take care of the football, be accurate, and have great command. There's so many things to be able to build on, but proud of who he was in the moment. I think you have an 18-year-old kid walk into that setting, another setting this Saturday at 3:15, like you mentioned, that's going to be an incredible challenge for a true freshman quarterback to go play the way we need him to play to give us a chance to win the game. But he's a young man that is focused on doing just that. And so we'll continue to promote that. And there's everybody inside the walls and everybody inside that locker room has got confidence in Mike to be able to give us, a chance to get done what we want to get done.
Grace?
Going off of that, facing another top 5 team on the road, how opportune did you find the timing of this bye week?
Yeah, we needed it. There's no question about it. From a health standpoint, again, just being able to refocus, recalibrate, and get our guys a little bit of a break that they needed, and get us back in this building with just great energy and being incredibly thankful for opportunity and grateful for what we got ahead of us. And we've got an incredible challenge on Saturday, but our guys are excited about it.
Sam?
Going off of Brian's question from earlier about kind of the offense, you mentioned, slowed down the tempo a little bit against Texas, but also going back a game, it's 2 straight games with 50 rush attempts in each game, sacks included. But is this kind of you evolving the offense throughout the season, changing it, or is that more of just kind of a matchup thing week to week?
Yeah, it really is more of a week-to-week thing. Again, we talked about it in the first couple weeks of the season. Establishing the run was going to be something that was critical for us as an identity, as a program. Our best units, my best units that I've ever had incredible balance. And so that is who we want to be. We want to have great balance. We want to be able to run the football really well. And that's going to be something that's important for us this Saturday and moving forward.
Ben?
first look on film study, what stands out to you the most about this Georgia team?
Yeah, I mean, they're really good in all three phases. They've done an unbelievable job building a program to sustain. And I think you watch them regardless of who is in the game, the expectation is for that guy to get done exactly what the starter was trying to get done. And so there's incredible depth there, and they've played really, really well in all three phases. And we're gonna have to do a great job of taking care of football and being able to take advantage of some opportunities. If we're able to move the football, we gotta score touchdowns and not kick field goals. That'll be a big piece of it. And we're gonna have to get off the field on third down.
Danny?
Following up on Ben's question, Georgia's had an awful good run of quarterbacks, and what do you see different from Beck than maybe some of the others?
Yeah, Carson's still playing really, really well. This is a guy that he can do more with his feet than I think people give him credit to be able to extend and go make some plays. When you look at him, you don't maybe initially think that because he is such a big guy, but he's done a really good job of extending. He's completing 67% of his passes. I think he's third in the SEC right now in passing. So he makes them go. They've got great playmakers on the perimeter, and then Etienne's playing really good when he's had it in his hands. So again, they're balanced, and they're exactly who you would think they were. A football team that's playing really, really well.
Robbie?
Coach, I don't expect you to talk individually about this, but you've had some wins in the recruiting trail, and trying to keep your young team together even through some adversity. What's been the message to your team in recruiting right now to try to build this up despite being on a losing streak and going through some tough times early?
I think again, it's about laying a foundation. It's about understanding that where we are today is completely different than where we're planning on going, and there is this great vision of where we're going to end up. I've told guys nonstop, I've never been more convicted in who we are and where we're going than I am today. I think the guys that we're recruiting understand that. They understand the vision, and they understand that there is real connection inside our building. And when you've got great relationships, I think it's hard for young people to, at the end of the day, say no when there's true trust in what's going to happen when they step on campus. There's going to be great opportunity here. And I think people understand that they're going to be able to come here and not settle on anything and be able to get it all.
Steve?
Coach, at one time, Coach Kirby Smart was a first-year head coach too. I mean, what are your thoughts about him and what he's been able to build at Georgia and kind of how he's done it?
As good as there's ever been. I mean, as he's gotten to Georgia, and now you look at what he's done over his tenure, it really is. It's second to none. The amount of success he's had in the years that he's put back to back to back, again, it really is the standard right now in college football. And so he's had a ton of success. To me, he's done it in a way that has been built to sustain. Developing high school kids, signing great high school football players from the South, and mixing in different pieces, positionally. But he's got a blueprint that is proven and it's worked.